Welcome to another of We Are Money's really rather useful videos. In the next few minutes, we'll be explaining who does what when you buy a property in England and Wales. The principles around buying a property in England and Wales haven't changed much for a long while and are still largely governed by the expression caveat emptor, or let the buyer beware. This means it's the buyer's responsibility to be satisfied with what they're buying, and to help them, they have their own team of professionals working for them. The seller, or vendor, has their own team representing their interests. It's adversarial, so think of it as a football match, with two teams playing against each other, but without the diving or foul play. Well, most of the time. Let's start by looking at the vendor's team. The first player you'll meet is the estate agent. You should think of the agent as the vendor, and always remember that the agent's job is to help the vendor, not you. The agent's role is to achieve the best sales price they can from the person they believe is the most viable buyer. They may not necessarily recommend the highest bid, as they're interested in an offer that is likely to go through to completion. The agent will also want to progress the sale in line with his client's wishes and keep the wheels on the bus, and they'll be contacting you throughout with this aim. The other player in the away team is the vendor's conveyancer. A conveyancer may not be a qualified solicitor, but they will be licensed and knowledgeable in the legal process around property transactions. The conveyancer will prepare the contract and the initial sales pack that is sent to your conveyancer, deal with your conveyancer's queries, and complete the legal paperwork necessary for you to take ownership of the property on the day of completion. Now, let's look at your team, the home team. Your first team member is your mortgage advisor. At We Are Money, we do more than just recommend a mortgage. We help you with the process of buying your property. So as well as arranging your mortgage and liaising with your mortgage company, we're likely to deal with the vendor's estate agent, your conveyancer, possibly your surveyor or your accountant if you're self-employed, and occasionally the vendor's solicitors. So, whilst the role of your mortgage advisor is summarised easily, their role is key to your transaction. But of course I would say that, because I am an advisor. Next is your surveyor. We recommend that most clients instruct their own inspection, unless of course they're buying a new build. There are several different reports a surveyor can provide, but broadly he will report on his opinion of the value and also the condition of the property at the time of his inspection. You need to know that you're paying the right price for the property, and also you want the reassurance that it's not suffering from major issues that could affect its condition or future value. The protection of a professional survey is a wise investment. Finally, your conveyancer. They will gather all the information on your property from the vendor's conveyancer, from HM Land Registry, local authorities and environmental agencies, and satisfy themselves on your behalf that the property you're buying is what is referred to as free of encumbrances. Essentially, the person selling it to you can, and when you own it, it will be yours, and there shouldn't be any issues around planning or ownership in the future. It can be complicated, and there can be issues that need resolving, which is why the choice of your conveyancer is important. At the start of this really useful video, I explained that the property buying process was adversarial. It is important that there are clear boundaries between your team and the away team. You want to ensure that your team are working in your best interests and are clear of any undue influence. As such, your representatives should be unassociated to the vendor or their agent. The estate agent may well recommend a mortgage broker or a solicitor, and accepting an introduction of this kind threatens the Chinese wall that should exist. At We Are Money, we can introduce you to a range of services uncompromisingly delivered by experienced and trusted professionals. We hope you found this really rather useful video really rather useful, and if you'd like to view some more, please visit our YouTube channel.